Hey guys, you're watching One and Only. My name is AJ, and we are back in another episode of Let's Build a Game Show, episode 7, I think it is. Now, unfortunately, I haven't had any time to do any more on this. I've been too busy on the Zonocraft world, on the Let's Play there. But you guys have given me a couple of ideas that I'll implement into it, but there's nothing that I really need to explain on camera. When it's finished, I'll come back and show you at some point. Hopefully next episode should be finished by, or at least a little bit of progress made. But we're going to move on this episode. We're going to work out exactly why is that water van out there. I need to figure that out first. Yeah, we need to work out where my next round is going to be. It's going to be a spleef round is the next one. Now, there's a few different types of spleef, but we just need to work out how far away the next round is going to be from that boat race. I think it's going to be roughly where I'm standing. Let's get my shovel out so I can show you exactly what spleef is, in case you don't know. Spleef, there's a few different types of spleef, really. There's the most common one, which is obviously with snow or a very easily breakable block, and then you've got to dig out the blocks from underneath them. Like, I don't know how you'd explain it. I don't know, there's nothing in the real world that sort of explains it in the same way. But you can have either, well, as long as it's more than one person, you can have two, up to however many people as you want. And you just take out the blocks from underneath them, and they fall down. Now, I'm thinking about having multiple levels. That's why I'm looking up in the sky. I'm thinking about having, like, 2 or 3 levels, so it gives you a bit of a chance. Once you fall down once, you have, like, a second level where you can try again. But I need to make sure that there's only a small amount of room between the top level and the second level, and a small amount of room between the second and the third level. Because there's only 2 people, if one person drops the other person through the hole, we need to make sure that the person on the second level can still take away blocks on the first level, but like from underneath, which would be really cool to see. I've never really seen someone attack the floor above them, so that's going to be really cool. So I think 3 blocks, you can still hit them, you can still take the blocks out from underneath them. They will have to be, well, they don't really have to be, but it's better if they are enchanted shovels with like efficiency 4 or 5 or whatever the highest. Efficiency 3, isn't it? I don't know what the highest one you can get. I'm a bit of a brain fart at the minute. So yeah, that'll be our sort of first level. Let's get a splashy potion while we figure out how big we want this circle to be. Now, I don't want the circle to be absolutely huge. Where's the middle? I'm trying to line this up with the middle of the boat race. I think that's about right, isn't it? Okay. Yeah, I don't know how big to do it. I don't want it small, because I want enough room to be able to have a really good game. So that's half the reason why I'm having multiple levels. So it's not as important to gauge exactly how big we want it to be. If it's too small, there's not enough room to be able to play properly. And if it's too big, it's just going to take forever with 2 people to remove enough snow to make it sort of dangerous for people to fall down. Now, I've got this here. It's not quite circle. It doesn't have to be circle. That's the thing with spleef. You can have spleef in whatever shape you want. Obviously, circle is the most common shape. That looks a bit funky without those blocks there. There we go. Okay, that's a pretty good sort of circle. It's not quite circle, but it doesn't really need to be. Maybe we can do that same style again. Yeah, this is going to be a quarter of it. That should be big enough, shouldn't it? If that was a quarter of it. Let's do another quarter, and then that should give us a good idea. So, 3, 3, 2, and then 4 ones. Okay, 3, 3, 2, and then 4 ones. 4, 1, and then 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. How come there's 6 there? Oh no, that is right. Yeah, 4, and then like 1 on each end. Yeah. Oops. Sorry, guys. You know you love me counting. You love watching me count. 2, 3, and then 3, and then the 7 for the middle there. Using an odd number again, 7, so we actually get a center point. That looks in line. So that's just over half, isn't it, technically? That looks, oops, missed. That looks about the right size. Alright, I'm going to be right back. I shall place this down and see how it goes. Alright guys, I'm back, and it took a little while to do, but we've got this sort of French flag design in here, red on the bottom, quartz in the middle, and then blue on the top. And I think it looks quite cool, and then the glowstone going vertically down the side, just to give a little bit more light. And the reason why I'm going to keep this open, I'm not going to put a roof on here, I'm going to keep it open, so we can get as much sun down to the lower levels as possible, because as you can see, it is a little bit dark here and there, so hopefully once you sort of break enough of the top floor, it'll light up the second floor, then light up the third floor as we go down. But while I've been doing this, I've thought of a couple of other ideas for different rounds. I'm not going to tell you what they are, but 2 more rounds. I've got about 6 or 7 rounds now that I want to do, but yeah, there's a couple more on the list. So let's save the game and wait for this to save, just in case I do anything wrong in the next Spleef round, because we've got some different ideas coming up next, shall we say, and I don't really want to be breaking a lot of stuff. So let's have a test here with some villagers, just in case you don't know what Spleef is still. I tried to explain it, but I'm not very good at explaining things sometimes. So you can play with as many players as you want. I've just put 3 villagers down here. Whoops. And what you got to do is you got to knock them down to the level below. And obviously, if they if these were real players, there we go. If these were real players, they would be trying to get you down as well. So you'd have to be avoiding and jumping over other people's holes that they're making. Ouch. Oh damn it! I think I knocked him down. I took it away and then knocked him back up again. So yeah, and then you drop them down. And what I've got is I've got 3 levels, like I said I was going to do. But at the bottom level, as you can see, there's just grass down there. I think, well, in most normal spleefs, there's usually lava down there or something like that. But if we had lava down there, we'll kill these off as well so they're not wandering about. If we had lava down there, we'd have to worry about people spawning in the right place or making sure that it's night time so you can sleep in a bed outside of here. Where's this last one? There he is. So yeah, it's not really the most beneficial thing to do is to kill him. So I think once you get down to the bottom, we'll have some doorways leading out to the next round. And I want the next round to be about here. And this one, we're going to use the dreaded TNT with. I've just noticed a mistake. What have I done here? I think I've gone 1 too wide. Not that it matters from the outside. What I might do is I might surround this whole tube in bedrock, so they can't break through and dig through to the outside. But it doesn't really matter. It's an afterthought, really. So let's get some bedrock. Where is bedrock? Speak of the devil. Where is it? Where is it? Oh, there it is. I got it. Nope, that's nether quartz. Oh, bedrock. And let's get some water. Now, TNT Spleef is the next one that we're going to do. Now, this is a little bit more tricky, so I'm going to do some tests first before we make it huge. Whoops. And make a big mess of the map. That's why I'm using some bedrock, just in case it does go slightly wrong. So, a TNT Spleef is where, instead of breaking the blocks below with a tool or a shovel, like a pickaxe or a shovel, you run instead. So we're going to have TNT and then a block that can be affected by gravity, such as sand. Oops, I hit my headphones. Sand or gravel on top of each other. And then pressure plates on top of that. We've got TNT explodes on, just to make sure. Now, we take these away, and let's make a square of TNT. No. Shall we? No, let's just do 1 first. Okay, yeah, just 1 as a test. So we put the sand on top, and then a pressure plate on top of that. Now, when we stand on this pressure plate, this TNT will be set alight, so the sand will fall. Like so, yeah. Excellent, it does work. It works okay. The sand will break, that doesn't matter. So if we have a huge circle of these, all you've got to do is you've got to keep running. As soon as you stop, you're going to fall below into the water and the TNT. Now we do need to be careful of one thing, of the TNT that's in the water setting off the TNT up here. So we're going to have it sort of far enough away, and hopefully we won't get any sort of chain reaction sort of thing happen. Whoops, no, not water. Whoops, bedrock there. So let's run onto here. And go. Alright, we're walking. My sprint gave out and I couldn't stop in time. Right. Okay, we need to be careful of that because, as you saw then, the TNT exploded in the water, but then it also set off the TNT that we were standing on or standing near. Now, we weren't sprinting, which is why we initially fell, but all that TNT shouldn't have gone off. There should have been about 3 blocks that should have stayed, but because of the distance that we had between it, it all set off in a chain reaction. So let me do a circle and see what I come up with. I'm going to do some more tests. Alright, I'm back. And just finishing up. This is going to be a shorter episode, I think. It's been probably one of the longest episodes I've ever done for me, because it's been a lot of off-camera placing, a lot of off-camera work. But for you guys, it's obviously not going to be all that much. So I do apologise for that, but I've got some really, really cool things lined up. Now, at the moment, I have TNT off, because hiccups. I didn't want to accidentally throw a pressure plate down onto a pressure plate and see everything go boom in front of my eyes before I've saved it. So we're just coming towards the end here of placing the pressure plates down. We're then going to save the game, and then we're going to have a go, and we're going to see how long we can last. Now, I was thinking we could probably use speed potions if we're not fast enough. If we want to be faster, we can use speed potions and speed buffs to make us go faster. Okay. It looks deadly, doesn't it, how it is? So what I've got down here is the TNT below us. Oh, it looks so scary, doesn't it? But then I've got about 3 or 4 blocks of water in the hope that when the TNT falls, because I think when we done our little test with the 5-block one, I think the TNT fell and the TNT exploded and exploded the TNTs that were already falling, which set off everything else. So I'm hoping that when the TNT falls, it goes deep enough into the water that it doesn't set off any other TNT, like in a chain reaction, back up to the top again. So I'm a little nervous here, but we've saved again, so it's not going to be anything to be nervous about now. And we're going to sprint across. We can see how long we can last. I think this is going to be really cool when we have 2 players and we're having to jump over each other's tracks and stuff like that. So let's turn it on. TNT explodes on, and let's go. I can hear them going off. Look at this. I don't know why some of them have fell. Oh, the pressure plates. The pressure plates are falling onto other pressure plates and making more of it full. We're lasting okay. Now, we could stop them from falling how they are by changing these wooden pressure plates to stone pressure plates. And if we'd done that, only players could set them off. It's working really well though. It's not setting off any other. Oh, just as I say that. Look at that. Oh, we had 2 survive. Brilliant. That was awesome. That lasted a lot longer than I thought it was gonna last. Imagine having 2 people and trying to do that. That would be really hard. Oh, it's blown a piece of sand over here. It's blown quite a few sand out of the area. That's quite funny when it does that. Alright, well. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. We've got some sand down here still. That'll be reset once we reload the map. That went quite well. I think I might at some point change the wooden ones to stone pressure plates though, because then the pressure plates that have broken off aren't going to set off more TNT and more platforms. But apart from that, I think the test went well. So that's our 2 Spleef arenas, and it'll replace all the little house that I made out of here when the villagers are in here as well. But we're going to leave it there until next episode, guys, where we've got some really cool stuff planned. We're going to leave it here. If you guys enjoyed it, hit that like button. If you haven't already, please subscribe. And we shall see you in the next episode. Bye!